remiss if I didn't thank Mark Richard, the Director of Athletics at Gannon University, for the job he and those who worked with him and for him did for this tournament. My friend Dan Telescu called me months ago and said, "John, you interested in moderating the press conference?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" And it was a pleasure. Casey Wells and the folks here at the Erie Insurance Arena for their cooperation, making sure everybody was treated well. I'd like to thank the Erie media, who I thought had very professional and gracious coverage of this tournament. They are to be congratulated. And finally, for the NCAA committee here, I think you got a taste 3 years ago with Frozen Four for women's hockey. You got another taste today of what Erie's all about. We come together, we're not afraid to bid, and hopefully when we put another bid in, we'll be given very serious consideration because this is a great, great town. Coach, you did it. You did it. And I congratulate you wholeheartedly, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to you now.
Well, John, I want to echo what you said about the city of Erie being such tremendous hosts for this tournament. You don't have to ask us twice. We'll come to Erie anytime anybody invites us. We love Erie. But to the staff from Gannon, too, for the event management and just taking care of everything. And also to the people of Erie who came out and supported this tournament and might have even supported us. So we really, really appreciate that. And thank you all for that. Am I dreaming? Is this real? I can't tell you what a tremendous ride this has been for our coaching staff and our Bentley community with these young ladies. I'm proud of them doesn't even begin to describe how I feel. I get emotional when I think of them because, you know, we've gone through so much together, and they're truly champions. They've been champions in our book from day one. So, yeah, can I stop for a minute?
Sure. All right, we're going to get questions for the student athletes. Let me just introduce them one more time. The coach's immediate right is Lauren Battista, all-tournament team, player of the year, senior from Northeastern Mass. To her right is Courtney Finn, a graduate student, a guard from Winthrop, Mass. And at the far end is the tournament MVP, Jacqui Brugliera, a senior forward from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. They combined for 103 minutes of playing time, 52 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. Questions now for the student athletes, and again, identify yourself and your affiliation.
Lauren Craig Smiley from the ABC affiliate here in Erie. They always say big players and big moments, and a three-pointer, a steal, and a layup. Walk me through that, what felt like 4 seconds.
Yeah, I think I was like blacked out then, so I don't really remember, but I mean, the clock was ticking down, you know, under 5, under 4, we're down by a decent amount, and at that point, with my career on the line, and as well as theirs, and 7 of us really, careers on the line, the national championship at stake. Yeah, but like you said, we need to make big plays. Our press is a hidden gem. We don't pull it out a lot, but when we do, we're confident, we're aggressive, and we know we can make, you know, steals, traps, make them call timeouts, force some turnovers, make them take some bad shots, and it really was a game changer. So as soon as we put that press on, the whole momentum swung into our favor, and I mean, I guess I just started feeling a little bit more confident in my shot, getting a few more wide open looks, and that's about it.
Courtney J. Pusher from WICU NBC in Erie. One last gut check for you guys with about 6-7 minutes to go. How did you rally after being down 9?
You know, I think we all looked at each other with 6 minutes left, down 9 points, you said. And, you know, I think, as LB said, you know, the press is our hidden gem, and we knew we had to give it everything we got. We usually bring out the press when we have our back against the wall, and we did at that point. So we had nothing to lose, and we knew that. We knew we had 6 minutes left of our careers, most of us, and we were going to give it everything we had.
Jacqui, John Dudley with the during time early on. You guys talked about trouble. Nothing was falling for you. They were hot and came out like that. Just describe the level of concern that 5 minutes into the game on
I mean, I know that we've been saying this all year, but even when we're probably not playing our best, we never think that, oh, we're going to lose this game, or, oh, this is bad, this is going to turn bad. I think we always had confidence in ourselves that we would pull it together eventually, even if it's in the last 6 minutes of the game, and that we were going to win that game. So, I mean, I think we were just playing tentative, kind of worried, not worried, but we didn't want to lose that game. And we're playing tentative, and I think that we played more free and loose and better once we knew that there was nothing to lose. We were already losing the game, and we better play our best now or else.
Jacqui, Tom Reiser, Erie Times News. You've been going against the big post player all tournament. You and Sean both get a foul right away. She obviously goes into foul trouble. You kind of stay control for a little while. How big was it to stay in the game throughout the first half?
I mean, it was big. I've been known to pick up a few fouls here and there, so I knew that it was important to not foul, especially in the first half. I know I picked up a couple more in the second half, but especially in the first half, so I don't get two right away and then I have to sit for the rest of the half. So that was definitely important.
Lauren, how much did you guys tap into your experience, been there, done that, in a moment such as this tonight?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I think that the last 5 minutes of the game was really reminiscent of our Wayne State game back our sophomore year. We were down, I think, 19 points with 13 minutes left. Put on the press, changed the game completely. They were the #1 team in the country at the time, and we shocked them. And what just happened was, kind of easy compared to that. We weren't down 19 points, but I mean, it was, the press just worked like it should. We practiced it all the time. We practiced the same situation. Coach Hunt brought us out of a timeout and told us, look, you're down 4 minutes left. This is like any other day in practice. The same situations we get put in every day. I think that's just the confidence we needed to go out and get the job done.
I'm sure we'll ask the coaches too. When you did put the press on, you had some growing foul trouble as far as you can. But in your mind, you have to put that out of your mind that you're in foul trouble and just try to stay aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. In that situation, when our backs are against the wall, it doesn't matter if you have 4 fouls or 1 foul, and if we need you to be aggressive, you have to be aggressive and not worry about that. Like Jacqui, for example, stepping up and taking some big charges at the end of the game for us.
Lauren, what does it mean for you? Not only, I'm sure every game wasn't perfect, but you guys are perfect this season. Just what does that mean? I mean, there could be maybe only 2 teams that finish that way in women's basketball.
Yeah, it was never our goal to set out this season to win every game. Obviously, this was our ultimate goal, so the fact that we accomplished it is amazing. But I think we learned a really valuable lesson last year when we lost in the regional championship to Dowling. Nothing's going to be easy for us. Every team's out to beat us, out to knock us off at the top spot. So we approached every game with that mentality this year. Teams in our league challenge us just as we got challenged tonight by West Texas A&M. So I honestly don't even remember what the question was.
3.97.
But yeah, I mean, I don't remember the question. What was the question?
Bob Dorsomsky from the New York Times.
No more.
There's like 6 points in like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Tied the game, and I think it was like 13 points in 50 seconds. But the point guard, 4 fouls. I think she made 2 straight steals.
Oh, she was an animal, yeah.
And what about, like you say, you blacked out.
Yeah, I'm still blacked out apparently.
Sorry, I so bad. But what about her contribution there?
Christiana was huge. She's always huge. She's our spark plug. Unfortunately, today she was in a little bit of foul trouble, and she's our floor general. She's our leader. We need her on the floor to control our offense, but also her scrappiness on defense, as you saw when we put the press on. She is the most passionate person I've ever been around, so I knew that she wasn't going to go down without a fight. She made some huge plays, a couple of steals in a row right out of the press, and I mean, she was huge. So all the credit to her. She really turned it up a notch for us, and I think she got all of us up and willing to make big plays down the stretch.
And what was the feeling when the clock's ticking down? You got
I was ecstatic. Obviously, they were fouling and trying to make the game go longer and trying to get some baskets. But I think we were all just super focused, even when there was 10 seconds left. I remember I was like yelling at our freshman Jen that we're in all switch, don't let any threes, don't foul, don't do this. I was like, you can remember, there's only 10 seconds left. So I think we were focused till the buzzer went off. I remember I had the ball as the clock was ticking down, 5, 4, 3, 2. Felt like it lasted a little too long because I wanted to just throw the ball up in the air, but I think we were all just thrilled and we were so happy.
And finally, the crowd support. I swear, maybe 200 or 300 people came down here today, and they're raising the roof when we made that rally.
Yeah, they really were. The support we've got all week has been fantastic. They've been showing our games at the gym at Bentley, getting huge crowds, and today just busloads of kids coming out to show their support, making that really long bus ride to support us, alumni, family members, anyone in the Bentley community was out here today, and it was really amazing. I mean, obviously we want to win for each other, but having that support, we want to win for all of them as well. And I know they're just as excited or even more excited than we are to finally have a national championship at Bentley.
I'm very familiar with the bus ride at Bentley.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Congratulations again, ladies. Have a safe trip back to Waltham, Massachusetts. We'll ask the coach to stick around here now for some follow-up questions. And as it was alluded to a moment ago, Bentley now joins the D3 champ, FDU Forum out of New Jersey, as an undefeated champion this season. This is Bentley's second NCAA Division II championship to date. The first one came in field hockey in 2001. More questions now for Coach.
Right at the end, it was secure. The win was secure. Did you stay in the moment, or did you flash back at all?
No.
It's years.
No, I was right there. I wanted to watch to see the reaction of the players, and then I just turned to my assistant coach, who also played for me, played for Bentley, graduated in 2001, and I just looked at her, and we both said, I think at the same time, "Can you believe it?" And you know, it was just a wonderful moment, and I have it. I have it. I'm not going to forget it.
And as I asked Courtney before, when you went to the press, you guys had some foul trouble.
Yes.
As a coach, does that enter into the thinking at all?
It did, and in fact, my assistants were talking about us getting into it earlier, and I said, you know, Callie and Jacqui, I don't want to risk, because I thought there was too much time left. But then, obviously, we had no choice, and they handled it. They handled it very well. I think just with Lauren and Christiana up front, and Courtney sealing those traps off, and you know, Christiana kind of anticipating the reversal. You know, thankfully Callie and Jacqui could stay behind and stay safe. You know, so it was that front line of our press was great.
Coach, what was your message to the girls with about 6-7 minutes to go, down 9? I mean, what kind of message can you give those girls?
Well, you know, we tried to be calm in our timeouts, and we tried to just continue to feed their confidence and tell them, you know, you got to be aggressive. Defensively, I thought we gave up, you know, too many drives to the rim that we weren't helping off on, and then number 5 for them just came out of nowhere and went off, and that was something that we haven't really game planned on. So, you know, there were adjustments that we kind of had to make on the fly, but it was basically, you know, they're coming at us inside. We've got to do a better job of closing up those driving gaps. And then number 2, and I'm so sorry that I can't remember, Devin Griffin. She was unbelievable. She was killing us all by herself. She was taking over the game. And, you know, when Jacqui got in foul trouble, we had to put Callie Kroll on her. And Callie has length, and Callie is also pretty strong, but you know, she was outstanding. I mean, she was, you know, we were having all kinds of fits trying to guard her. So it was, you know, it was tough. You know, we got to a point where, you know, something's got to give here, and I think, you know, we made a few stops and made a few scores, and that got our confidence back, and then we put the press on, and all of a sudden I looked up and we were up.
Coach, can you talk about your assistants? You mentioned Coach Hunt, but what about your assistants, and how long have they been with you? And I know they're valuable. I know they do most of the work.
They do. They do.
But
it's all them.
Talk about them.
Well, as I mentioned, C. White has been. She graduated in 2001. She went away for a year to coach at Harvard, and then we had a coaching vacancy, and I convinced her to come back. Best move I ever made. And then Dan Hunt has been with us for the last 6 years now. He is a part-time coach. He's a school teacher. He teaches little guys, if you can believe it, with that massive booming voice he has. They have been unbelievable as far as their passion and their work with our players. These last few days of practice here, they've been unbelievable. They've done scouts. They've made adjustments. They have done everything that a coaching staff needs to do. It truly is a group effort. I just talk. They tell me what to say.
Coach, can you talk about the sea of blue that was behind you the entire night?
It was fabulous. I had heard that buses were coming, but again, I had no idea what to expect. And when we walked out into the arena and saw them all and heard them all, usually I don't see a thing and I don't hear a thing once a game starts. People will say to me afterwards, did you hear me yelling? Did you see me? Oh, no, of course I didn't. But I could hear these guys, which was really, really neat. The support was tremendous.
Coach, just the swing when Lauren hits the three and gets the steal, from your point of view, walk me through that.
Well, I saw her wide open at the top of the key, and Lauren had struggled during the game. She really had. You know your players, and boy, she just looked a little bit out of sorts tonight. I think she was trying so hard, but it wasn't an easy game for her. And when I saw her at the top of the key, and I saw the pass go to her, and I could see it in her eyes. She was going to shoot the ball. I knew she was going to shoot it. And it was just one of those moments where you say, okay, All-American, it's all you, And she did, and she made it, and then she was instrumental in the press. But I think it was you who said big players come up in big moments, and she did. Oh, Fitz.
What was the conversation and discussions you guys at that point in the season?
Right. Well, at halftime, we went in and said, our problem is not once we cross midcourt. Our problem starts in the backcourt because, they were making us make a few ball reversals. They were making us a little tentative, and so by the time we got the ball over midcourt, we couldn't really get into any kind of a flow of offense. So that was where our problem began. We urged our players to be more aggressive in the second half in terms of attacking the press. And then we just urged our players to be more aggressive. I thought we were a little tentative, and I understand that. Who wouldn't be a little tentative in this, venue? But, they amaze me. When I think, okay, as I was looking at the clock and we were down, and I had that fleeting thing like, oh, okay, it's been a good season, and all of a sudden, bang! We got ourselves back in the game, and I've learned, and I should have learned, but I needed to be reminded that it's nothing's in doubt when these kids are on the field.
Any more questions for the head coach? Coach, I had about 10 different storylines going back and forth during that game. I do have one final question for you. Is the celebration party tonight on Dick Lake's budget?
That's what I've heard, and it's about time you spent some money.
Well, Coach,